headphones plugged in. I'll make sure. Should be good. I will make sure on YouTube. We're welcome everybody on YouTube, Facebook, YouTube, everything. Tonight I'm doing a blind tasting of 5 different, but in the comments y'all can, we'll make sure I got that. All right, let's go to YouTube. Right here, right here, right here. Here we go. We are live. I'm there. I'm live. Let's see. We got one person on. Let's make sure we got sound. We got sound. Oh, that's looking really good. Oh, that's looking really good. That's much better than normal. That's much better than normal. All right. Well, I love that. That goes on forever. All right. So there we go. We'll get that out of the way there. We got the blind going tonight. Let's get the comment going. Welcome everybody on YouTube to tonight's blind tasting of 5 Irish whiskeys. Let us know where you're from and what you're sipping on. Also, leave a super chat. Hey, Thomas Anderson. There you are. Welcome for tonight's Scotchy Bourbon Boys. I'm going to be monitoring comments on Facebook and YouTube, so you guys keep it checked out, and we're going to get going at 8:30. It's 8:25. I do have an itinerary here. Let's see if I can break into that. All right. We've got 5 Irish whiskeys, but we're 8:25. But let's first go over our sponsors, Middle West Spirits in Columbus, Ohio. You got to check them out. They're on the shelf everywhere. They're Michelob brand or their Middle West Spirits, which is right back there. They have their own finishing series. That one back there is an Oloroso wheat, but the Michelob brand is fantastic. They have their cask strength out right now. Their cask strength wheat whiskey, their cask strength 4-grain wheated bourbon, and their cask strength pumpernickel rye. All fantastic. On the shelf, ready to go. I've been in a couple states. Everywhere I go, when I go in, you can pick this up. John Ritt's been on. Hey, Steve, good to see you. Happy St. Patrick's Day. But when you go into the store, you got to get this reasonably priced for a cask strength and delicious. Check them out. If you're in the Columbus area, they have their... I'm going to find out more about their brand new 72,000 square foot distillery, but their craft distillery is still running for tours and tastings. They've got merchandise, and also they've got their fantastic service bar restaurant. You can't go wrong with that. Check it out. Middle West Spirits, Columbus, Ohio. French Lick, the Spirit of French Lick in French Lick, Indiana. Alan Bishop was the master distiller there. His whiskey is still there. This bottle right here was one of the last barrel picks he ever had. If you're interested in it, just give me a contact. I can get you a taste of that, baby. Also, they are in French Lick, the historic French Lick, Indiana. There's so much to do, but you got to stop off at the winery and distillery and pick up a bottle of Elise Sinclair, Maddie Gladden, or their rye, Solomon Scott rye. You can't go wrong. The whiskey just keeps aging perfectly, and what they've got there is amazing. So check out the Spirit of French Lick in French Lick, Indiana, and if you stop by, tell them the Scotchy Bourbon Boys sent you. Now then, we've got, not last, but Whiskey Thief Distilling Company in Frankfort, Kentucky. I think I'm grabbing it right. Whiskey Thief Distilling Company is a barrel pick all day, every day. They've got 2 locations. Their main distillery in Frankfort on the Three Boys Farm. They give you, for the price of admission, you walk in, They give you a tasting glass. They will fill it by thieving right into your glass out of 5 different barrels. There's usually a wheat, a rye, a, a, a bourbon. Most of them are between 4 and 9 years. They just celebrated with their 10-year anniversary bourbon that they gave out. It was fantastic. But I will tell you that the people there are great, and everyone there is fantastic, and you want to check out the Whiskey Thief Distilling Company. You can't go wrong. It's a barrel pick all day, every day. And make sure, if you're not in the Frankfort area and in the Louisville area, in the New Lou area, check out their tasting room, because they've got live music, and the 5 barrels are there for that barrel pick. And that's just for the price of admission. You can't go wrong. Fantastic place. Whiskey Thief Distilling Company. They're just like the Scotchy Bourbon Boys, uncut and unfiltered. And then Alan Bishop is now at Old Homestead Distilling Company. He owned Old Homestead Distillery at Patoka Lake. He there is the master distiller, making all the great stuff, but he also has his One Piece at a Time Distilling Institute YouTube channel, that if you are a home distiller or a commercial distiller, it doesn't matter. He will answer all questions about distilling, yeast, different strands, maturation, cook temperatures. He gets nerded out on it. So check out One Piece at a Time Distilling Institute on YouTube. And last but not least, the If You Have Ghosts, If You Have Everything podcast. And we are going to be doing a ghost hunt at the Indiana Insane Asylum, Sanatorium, I believe it is. And it is a very haunted place, but hopefully we can make some memories or an occurrence happen with this ghost hunting, because that's the kind of thing that Alan Bishops has. If you have ghosts, you have everything. He combines the aspect of the spiritual world with the spirits world, and he mixes them together for a fantastic podcast. And he's just been releasing new episodes just recently, so check out If You Have Ghosts, You Have Everything. And now we will run down really quick all the different tonight. What we want you to do is leave what you think's going to win this contest before we get going. We have the Bua Irish Whiskey Single Malt. We've got the Fercullen 15-year aged, finished in bourbon and Madeira casks. We've got the Jameson Black Barrel. We've got the Waterford Cuvée Coffee. And we've got the Redbreast. Can I get it in there over here? Yes, Redbreast 12-year cast strength. And they are blinded in front of me. And I want to know what y'all think who's going to win here. So in the comments, I just named them all. You've got the Redbreast, you've got the Fercullen, Redbreast, Bua, Fercullen, Jameson, or Waterford. Let me know in the comments let's find out who you think's gonna win this blind. I don't know. I've never blinded Irish whiskey before. All right, so we are ready to get this pony show rocking and rolling. Dog and pony show probably is what it should say. Here we go. There'll be a brief ad. You'll hear our theme song, and we will get rocking and a rolling. Welcome everybody to the Scotchy Bourbon Boys.
started.
Gonna have some fun today. We're here. I'm ready to rock and roll. All right, everybody. Yeah, it's time here on the Scotchy Bourbon Boys. Let that play out and everything. Yep, there we go. We'll flip it back around to our. Oh wow, I buried that baby. Our background. It's one of the great things tonight. We've got 5 Irish whiskeys, and I am blinding them right here across the board. I will move them in. It's kind of cool. I have no idea which one's which, but I will tell you. I will go across. I want everybody now, what I want everybody to guess in comments. Leave your comments what you think is going to happen for everybody on YouTube. What you think, which one you would pick. I want to say I have no idea. I've never blinded Irish whiskey, and it's really kind of cool. One of the Irish whiskeys that we're going to be, I'll talk a little bit about them, but I still want you guys to drop your guess into the chat, and we'll see who wins. I might have something for someone tonight. Who knows? If I can contact you after and you guess right who wins this blind, that'll be great. But remember, we're www.scotchybourbonboys.com for all things Scotchy Bourbon Boys. We got t-shirts, Glencairns, like you see right in front of me. We've also sell bourbon balls. Check it out. You could message me direct on Facebook and go to the website. Order. If you do an order, I will send it out and get it out to you as soon as we can possibly that we can. Also, remember that we're on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and X. We are no longer on TikTok because we're kicked off because they don't do alcohol. They will do lie, cheat, steal, sex, and all that, but they don't do alcohol. And then also we're on Apple, iHeart, Spotify, and all the other podcast listening stations. If we're on it, if you can listen to it. So check out the Scotchy Bourbon Boys no matter how you listen to us or watch us. Make sure, though, like especially on YouTube tonight, if one of you guys wants to leave a super chats are really cool. I read the super chats as they come across. I just need to know that you're doing it. And we watch the chats the whole time. And it's going to be fun because I've never, ever blinded any Irish whiskey. Irish whiskey, I'm nowhere near the connoisseur of Irish whiskey as I'm more of a drinker of Irish whiskey than I am a connoisseur. So this is going to be really interesting tonight because we've got the 5 different things. We've got Redbreast, which is a 12-year Irish whiskey. I've got that. Let's see. We got the official St. Patrick's. This is a St. Patrick's Day podcast. The winner of tonight's breakdown, I am going to do the old Louisville barrel bottle breakdown of it. So the winner gets to be broken down, and so that's going to be kind of fun right there. Let's see. Pour one. No. Okay, so I wanted to get. I didn't send those across, did I? And I can't check that because it's not anywhere. But So we've got the Redbreast 12 year. And so let me I'll throw on this and give it a whirl. They tell you the tasting notes. One of the things, um, that is so little. Maybe I need some light. I know I can give it some light. So we're getting to be experts here after all this time. All right. The nose, succulent exotic fruit with a little citrus, complementing deeper notes of dried apricots and salat, sultana. Sultana. Infusion of assorted spices and toasted wood. Tastes rich, fully rounded, and mellow with luscious fruit and spices, sweetness of vanilla, and a touch of oak. Finish satisfying long with sophisticated combination of fruit and spicy, slowly giving away to toasted oak, then barley. That is the Redbreast single barrel cask strength 12-year at 116.2 proof. It's batch 1, number 22. So that's what that Redbreast 12 is. It's signed O'Gorman, Kevin O'Gorman, and we got to meet him when I got this bottle. It was really nice. The Bua, which is the Irish single grain, that one is this unique limited offering whiskey is part of a series of collaborations between us at Bua Irish Whiskey and OHLQ. This bottle contains a carefully selected single grain bottled high proof non-chilled filter with no added coloring, exactly as the barrel intended. This special bottling is a unique marriage of single grain whiskeys from freshly charred casks and imperial Irish stout seasoned casks. Non-chilled, no added coloring, no added flavoring, and this comes out at 122 proof. Then you've got the Furcullen. If everybody wants, this 15-year-old Irish whiskey is distilled from a mash of corn and malt, matured initially in first fill X bourbon barrels, and married with Madeira cask finish whiskey. This one is coming in at, I believe, I want to say it was 100 proof, but we'll see. It says a 15-year-old Irish whiskey from a marriage that's vanilla notes combined with hazelnut, toasted caramel, and chocolate in this exquisite international Irish whiskey. Product of Ireland. Is it on the back? Let's see. Did we get the... I went through on all these. I think it was right there. Yep, there it is. This one is 83 proof. So that for Cullen 15 is 83 proof. Then you got the Black Barrel, which is 80 proof, and this is a triple distilled whiskey charred for a rich, smooth taste. Jameson Black Barrel, a tribute to the legacy of charring barrels before filling them. R. Coopers called it bringing the wood back to life. Black Barrel features the red and double charred barrel features. Black Barrel features charred and double charred bourbon barrels that deliver unique spiciness, vanilla sweetness, and nutty notes. And this one goes out at 80 proof. And then we've got the Waterford, which is the Cuvée Coffee bottle. This one is 100 proof. And this one is, we have distilled a veritable showcase of terroir, delivered natural flavors over 100 single farm origins, each defined by that beguiling interaction of soil and microclimate. The taste of place here we have brought together layer by layer, 24 of those origins, each a standalone distillation of one harvest. After 6 years of superlative spectrum of French and American oak for harmony and balance, we present our most expressive, profound, and complex single malt where the whole is greater than simply the sum of its parts. So that's 100 proof. So that's everybody. That's the lineup. Yes, Matt. How can you? Why would you ask me? Am I live now? I am live. That's so funny that I got asked that question while I was live. What did you think? Yes, yes, 100%. You asked me that 1 minute ago, so I'm sorry I didn't respond fast enough. I'm going to do this now that y'all know what it is. Move these babies over. Kind of see, I don't care about that. No, doesn't matter. All right, so pre-show live build, official intro and recording. Here is the rules of the blind. There's no labels or hints. It's 5 Roxy poured them. We're going to do the taste, nose, guess, score system, 1 or 10 ranking. This is going to be me ranking them in order of 1 to 5. And then trying to identify, trying to find which one it is. All right, so Steve says Waterford. What's your guess, John? And does Thomas, do you have a guess of what's going to win tonight?
I liked and subbed. Can you take down that Packer helmet? No, the reason why I can't take down the Packer helmet, my friend, is because that is Antonio Freeman's whiskey that he did with Luca Mariano. And honestly, he basically signed that for me, and he's the helmet's also signed by him too. So I have the bottle and the helmet signed by Antonio Freeman. So that probably won't come down of Irish or Canadian whiskey. That's okay, Thomas. And so he says, but would you want to give a guess of who or what's gonna win? All right. Thank you for subscribing, though. That's for sure. Ethan, I appreciate it. And I say hi. All right.
So everybody's putting in about to head home. Well, no guess. How do you have no guess, John? I went across them. Anyways, I was hoping Matt would do too. Anyways, nobody guessed. All right. So the scoring system is, I can rate them. I'll try and form I'll figure something out as we go. All right. The first one, pour one. This one right here. Pour one is blue, I believe. And this one, there's a cinnamon raisin nose on that one. Like the nose. Pour two. This one has a more apple pear apricot, and it's way more sweeter. I don't know I've never done an Irish whiskey blind. Okay. One's got way more. This is a combination of the two, but that's pretty good. Now that has the beer ale, the classic Irish whiskey. So if I was going to rank them, based off nose, there's a very similar. All right, so right now the nose goes blue stays. That's gray. Red. green, blue. Shit. That's how you rank the first order. All right, so we're gonna taste these babies. So I would say this is the strongest of them all, and then these are medium noses. That then this matches into the fourth one is like, but they're very similar in there, and then this one is completely different. So here we go for the taste. Love that. That tastes delicious. I don't know what that is, but I'm tasting the vanillas. Tasting blind, delicious. That was crazy how good that was. That was nuts. So he says the red breast. And my wife, Thomas, agrees with the red breast. She likes red breast, but otherwise she does not like a lot of Irish whiskeys, but she does like the red breast. Although that, if that, whatever that is, it's delicious. That's almost pure vanilla. I could tell you on the blinds, for some reason, the vanillas are standing out way more than when I drink and taste. That's amazing. Okay. That's like a vanilla, a little banana almost. All right. Let's see where we're at now. It's really good. A little bit stronger than that one. Blind is takes away all preconceived notions. I have no idea what I'm looking at or tasting, honestly. Corehouse is Lillian Sinclair. The Lillian Sinclair is good, Core, but we're trying to guess off of the five Irish whiskeys I'm tasting. Hmm. Let's see. Damn, those two are tied. That is gonna be, that is rough on trying to tell. So these three I gotta figure out. Wow, that's just good. I drink that any day of the week. can't tell the difference on that. It, it helps to get in your mouth. Ah, I completely missed. These two are good and vanilla, but I don't know if they stand up against these three. Drinkability. All right. Those, and I picked five really good ones on purpose. None of these are bad, but it's down to these three. That's there. Now we're down to these two. It's close too, folks. It's really close. I will say it's so close. McGuire. Dinkus is the correct spelling. All right. See you the Monday after Easter. Here we go. I wish I could call Roxy. I bet you I can. I should be able to. I'm just gonna. I wonder. That will probably screw up the thing. So let's do it. We're just gonna call her. We need her to come down. Why can't I call her? I guess I can't. Let's see. There we go. We're we're doing a call. I wonder if she, I need you to come down here and tell me the different which one you like better. All right. Let's go back to YouTube. YouTube, YouTube, YouTube. There we are. I'm back. Let's see if I can hit play. Skip to live. Let's see. I think I got it. I called on Roxy to come help. Let's try this again and go right in. There we go. I'm pretty sure I'm there. All right, here she comes. She's coming. So don't bump the camera because that would be bad. So these two, I can't tell the difference. I've got it narrowed down to those two. There's a lot. No, I don't. There's a ton of vanilla. There's a ton of like a cinnamony on both of them, and I can't. And then there's the Irish that does, but it doesn't have the classic ale Irish. This one right here, if you smell that, that has the classic Irish whiskey smell. See that? Yeah, but it was good. I took third. No, those they both. I have no idea. No, yeah, one and two. Those are the two that I think are the best. But I was like, I was tasting them, and they almost taste exactly identical, and I don't even know how that's possible. They're like the same notes. One's punchier, so one's hotter and not as punchy, and the other one's punchy and not as hot. I mean, you like that one better? I was leaning on that too. I'll go with that. They're so close to me. They're both really good. I mean, even if you finish that, I'll go with that though. This is the color. Is that gray? So we got gray, brown. Okay. Gray, brown, green, blue, and red. All right. So I think this is, nope. I got to find red. What color is, don't tell me, is that red? Is this red? Is this red? No way. There's, what color is that? For Cullen, 15-year is this, and it's a very, very good vanilla. I love all these I like, but the mellow vanilla, I mean, it just tastes the mellow vanilla in that. That's fantastic. It's not enough. It's just the problem is it's 82 proof and it's just like vanilla, but it's a drinkable one, but it just doesn't have the body and pour. It's just so vanilla, yeah, vanilla and smooth. It's vanilla. Vanilla. It's like a vanilla whiskey. Right. Right. I agree. It's really good. So what color? All right. Is this blue? I knew it. This is 80 proof cold um black cask Jameson. And I kind of figured that was those two because I knew they were lower. So so we're coming down to the Waterford, the Redbreast, but my opinion of three green, and I am going to go with, and I agree, I'm gonna go with this. I think it's this green. No? Holy crap. So then it's gotta be that. So seriously, the Waterford pulls out, and it's a well, it's gonna then completely block my face. I'm trying not to block my face here. I put it, but seriously, but seriously, but seriously, what? So okay, so what? There's two brown. Well, let's just go for it to see whatever. What is? I'll be shocked. I really will. I did not see this coming. I actually thought I thought this Bua seriously was going to be the Waterford. It's a surprise to me. Okay, so here we go. We're gonna just show you. Oh, Bua blind. Oh my, Redbreast 12. Oh my gosh. Redbreast. Oh, that is amazing, folks. It's just amazing. I pulled Roxy in and I agreed they were so close in tasting, but this wasn't as sharp. Now, this is a 12 year. This is not a 12. This is not, I, I don't think there's this. I read it. It's from all the different things, but it was almost. It's a. It's funny when you blind something. Mm-hmm. Let's see.
Let me scooch that red breast over here. I want to try it again.
Well, I gotta.
They're very. The noses are.
Yes, one's the red breast is the nose of the. I'm not gonna say I would drink it. What? The red breast. I like the 12-year red breast, but when you're talking price, yeah, oh yeah, that's not even an issue. This is cast strength red breast at 100, and I want to say this one, 120. I want to say it was 60. Yeah, $186, and this is 116.2 proof, and Bua comes in at 122, but it drank smoother. It didn't have the same bite that what you call it had. So there you go, folks. Bua, I did not. I swear to God, I did not see this coming. I thought it was going to be between Waterford and whatever. Nobody said Bua. I do not think anybody's. We got oh Dingus Day in the Cleveland. What I have to pour because I got a barrel bottle breakdown the Bua. I will put these back. So the order tonight was Bua winning everything, with Redbreast 12-year coming in second, with Waterford coming in. I would I I am I'm speechless. I did not expect this at all. There you go. Thank you for coming down. I agree with you. They were so close in that blind. I did not get these notes. There's like a little. It has just a little bit of cinnamon on the end, but it's got those rich vanillas. I want to say that it was Maduro casks and bourbon casks together.
You definitely need to get the bourbon
Cask.
cask pulled out. Yes.
Yeah. So based off
It
that,
adds that sweetness that isn't in the redbreast.
I mean, you tasted
Little sweet.
you tasted the bua with the little bit of white muscatel, and then this one is actually the Irish stout, which they do, and this one is fantastic. But you got to be a stout beer lover to really love that. That is a Matt Leisen one.
I
So
think I'd like to try that one with the Scott finish again because or the finish on it was like that type of wine. It was very
yes, it was. All right. Thank you, Roxy, for joining us tonight and helping us crown Bua Irish whiskey. I mean, you kind of like when you were tasting them, you didn't even know the colors, right?
no, well, I didn't remember no
Yep.
because I didn't pay that much of attention. I didn't write it down.
Well, that was cool. Yep. And I agree with that. So, anyways, was not expecting Bua. I thought Bua was third when you came down. But once again, those are surprises. And that brings us to the old Louisville Barrel Bottle Break Whiskey Company's Barrel Bottle Breakdown. Old Louisville in Louisville, Kentucky, moving into their new location in the Shively area. But Old Louisville Whiskey Company, you got to check out Amin. He buys barrels, he blends them, he finishes them, he does a bunch of things and produces some fantastic whiskey at the Old Louisville Whiskey Company. You can't go wrong when there. He doesn't release anything 7 years everything's at least 7 years or older. And it is some fantastic whiskey that he does. He's like, you got to go on the website, set up an appointment, go in and taste some fantastic whiskey and bourbons. All right. The Old Whiskey Company in Louisville, Kentucky. So we are about to do our Old Louisville barrel bottle breakdown. The barrel bottle breakdown is based off of a scale of 4 for the nose and 4 for the body, and then 5 for the taste and 5 for the finish for a total of 18 possible points. But if something's exceptional, you could give it a butt up. These are all based off of barrel knocks on the barrel behind me with my bung hammer. So check out the Old Louisville Whiskey Company's barrel bottle breakdown of Bua. Bua! And this fine St. Patrick's Day, what a win on the Scotchy Bourbon Boys blind first ever. We must have to blind things on the St. Patrick's Day podcast going forward. Get some, but Bua came through. All right, so I've already tasted through this and given it consideration. This nose is a little bit more complicated than the red breasts. They're very similar where you pick up. I want to know what that note. It's almost like a rusted. Oh, it's a praline. A cinnamon pecan, a pecan praline with cinnamon is the that's the flavor praline. It's like I really like this nose. It's different than any bourbon, but when you sit there and can, it's the strong point. I'm going to give the nose a 4, and it's probably helped it win, but and it deserves a butt up. So 5 out of 4. Now, body. Don't always do a Kentucky chew on Irish whiskey, but that praline comes through. I will give it a 3 out of 4 on body. For a total of 8. And we could do this a little bit quicker because of the fact that I am right now. Oh, come on. I was just trying to get through. Okay.
I've been answering comments all night, my friend. All right, John Terry asked a question. All right, he said, "Is bourbon just whiskey that's murdered in old brandy barrels?" No. The rules of bourbon are this: it has to be a 51% corn mash bill. Any the other cereal grains that can be in it, as long as it's 51% corn, it can be considered bourbon. It can have up to nine. It can have up to you can have 100% corn, but the main grain has to be at least 51% corn. It has to be made in the United States. It has to come off, the bourbon has to come off the still at under 160 proof, and it has to go into the barrel under 125 proof. And once and it has to go into a charred oak barrel. The barrel has to be a charred oak, brand new charred oak barrel. So it can't go in brandy barrels. It can't go in other. If it becomes finished, it's no longer considered bourbon. It's considered finished bourbon. And the last but not least, it has to be over 80 proof when it's bottled. So that's the rules of bourbon, my friends. So no, has nothing to do with brandy. If it's got an Oloroso, it's a finish and it's no longer considered bourbon. There you go. So that's right in the middle there. I hope that answered the question for you. And so we're sitting at the taste now. It's delicious. Tastes like pralines in the front. It sits there and it picks up a cinnamony note. I gotta give this a 4 out of 5. I don't know if I'm just geared for Irish whiskey on St. Patrick's Day or the corned beef or whatever, but my palate is just hammering away on this bua. Now, the one thing about an Irish whiskey a lot of times is it does not, um, what would you say? Irish whiskeys don't usually have that big of a finish, but there's a little bit of a burnt oaky finish, like a char. You're picking up the char. I think that's the Madeira cask. It's delicious. It's a medium finish. There actually is a hug, a minor hug that happens throughout the finish. And it's a pleasant. So I'm going to give this a 4 out of 5 on the finish, which we give this Bua a total score of 16 out of 18. Yeah, that is the difference of straight bourbon versus finished bourbon. But finished bourbon, technically by laws, is you have to say it's finished, but it's not technically bourbon. Where when you say straight bourbon, it is bourbon. So there you go. So we gave that a 16 out of 18 score. I hope Pat or Martin Kennedy will check out that
Bua beat I mean, we're talking about for Cullen 15-year Waterford Cuvée coffee, Redbreast 12 cast strength, Jameson Black Barrel. I mean, to do it. So, Bua, you guys nailed it. It was a huge surprise. Tasting through before just to taste to see if I could pick out what was what. I definitely was able to pick out the two. I picked out three of the five. I was but the two that I missed was the Bua and the Waterford. The Waterford. The Waterford has the most closest Irish whiskey. There's an aspect of it that's not, you know, which is a little bit bizarre. So, um, we broke it down. We gave it 16 out of 18. Now, we are going to be going to New Orleans for the New Orleans Bourbon Festival. We're going to try and break in with lives throughout the weekend. We leave tomorrow or Thursday morning we got to be at the airport around 3. So I'm going to leave my house I'll probably leave my house about 1:30. So I'm going to try and get some sleep on Thursday night. So I packed a little bit tonight and everything. I'm going to throw it up there for a couple minutes as far as I'm going to finish this up as far as the podcast. And I will throw it up there for a couple minutes to talk with you guys. But I got to get upstairs and start packing or finish packing. I got to pack up the podcast and stuff too, because if I do a podcast from down there, I might do a recording, but I might throw it up live too. I'll have all the equipment to do something. So you might see a live podcast on Friday or Saturday. But Thursday's podcast won't be happening because that's a travel day that leads into a dinner, which leads into a VIP reception. This could be a long, long day considering I'll be up from about 1:30 to 2, I got to leave my house at 1:30, get up there at 2:30, be there at the airport by 3 on the plane. It just depends if I can sleep on the plane. I'll try to sleep on the plane, but I'm probably planning to audio listen to Fred Minnick's book. So that's what I'm going to try and do, which is called Bottom Shelf. So, anyways, that's where we're at for New Orleans. This should be a blast. We got a lot of stuff planned. We're down there. Hopefully, we'll see Macaulay when we're down there. We're going to see him for sure at his dinner, but hopefully, we'll be able to, but if you're going down, if any of you are going down, let us know. Love to see you down there. Martin Duffy, that type of thing. So um, go from there. So I did answer your question, my friend. I think he gave me a heart, but we'll see. Yeah. Um, there you go. So I will we had a couple people give their information of what they thought. We had Cora give out Lillian Sinclair, our sponsor, I suppose. And then John didn't have a guest. And then Steve said Waterford. And I believe someone else. Yeah, but Bua. I mean, I was shocked. I was shocked. So what I'm going to do is finish this baby up. Um, did I one of my questions AI had for me is, did I prove that I know whiskey? I think I delivered that I kind of know, but as when it comes to Irish whiskey, not there are people who love Irish whiskey, but it's not like that same level of love like bourbon, especially here in the States. But once again, Bua, hats off, man. Hats off, Martin and Pat Burns. Fantastic on this one. And look for us in New Orleans. So, all right, everybody, remember, good bourbon equals good times and good friends. Make sure that you drink responsibly, don't drink and drive, and live your life uncut and unfiltered. And AI will take us out. He's through the whiskey on the rocks of need. All right, let me get this going. What just happened? I'll get it going. All right, now we gotta save it to the Scotchy Boys. Save. What the hell was that? All right. All right, I got that saving. Now I gotta get you all on if I can. Ah, let's see. Walker, right comment. There you are. Follow that. Aren't you in the meeting? Copy link. Here comes the invite. There we go. There we go. Anybody who wants to join on Facebook, feel free. We'll put that up. Participants. I don't know if anybody's gonna even there to join us. We'll see. We will see. Boo, what is this? Oh, we got Walker coming in. All right, Walker. Oh, holy shit. That's too loud. All right, let me see if I can turn that down. That was loud. You scared the living hell out of me. No, it's not your fault. No, no, no. It wasn't your fault at all. I had to turn it down. I had it turned up for the thing. But when you're like, "Ow," I'm like, whoa. It's Mr. John Ritt. Oh, so my question is, what the heck is that? Is that just curtain backdrops, or are you like in a closet at school? What? Oh, there we go. Um, what um, what kind of snow did you get in Chicago? Yeah, that's all we got. Although it snowed and was cold all day, f that. Yeah, but yeah, but even at not above 23, the wind chill had to be sitting at like 5. It was just I was outside for like an hour and a half working on something I had to move around, and I'm telling you, it was, what would you say? Pure hell. Like I think I got my face was burned. At one point my nose, all the snot on the inside of my nose like kind of froze, and then my nose started to get chafed. I'm like, what the hell? It's March. Yeah. I mean, but that's almost like bullshit on trying to kill us. I mean, it's like we went from 74 on Sunday down to 23 yesterday, and then got 4 inches, and then got another 2 inches that all melted and stuff, right? So all I'm saying, it just was like, and then the problem with it for me is I can't stay out of it. I got to be in it when it's warm, and I got to be in it when it's cold. And when you go from one to the other, your body is just like saying, blow me. I'm not, I could tell why I'm doing it to myself because it's a job. If it wasn't my job, I would have been cozy next to a fireplace today. I am telling you, I was shocked by this. This winning, and I mean, this is I did not expect it. Not at all. I threw it in there like, what? Right. Oh, yeah. This is Martin. Martin Kennedy is, as Ann Dimmick used to refer to him as Martin Talamore Dew. He was the Talamore Dew representative from Ireland in the state of Ohio. So he basically would come over and sell Tullamore Dew to Pat Burns, who owns an Irish pub. And when he would sell it to him at his pub, they would drink because they lived close together. He'd come over, became friends, and they decided to do an Irish whiskey brand together. So Martin goes over to Ireland and makes sure everything goes. But I'm just telling you, this one, y'all would have this one and this one here, they were neck and neck. I had to call Roxy in because
It was almost like going back and forth. I'm like, they almost are the same, but one's got a little. And then when I picked the one that didn't have as much, it just the only different was this has at 12 years and 116 proof. This has a little bit more heat on the side pallets that almost like it. And then this one at 120, 120, it's 61. This is 122 point something. Doesn't have that, but the flavors are so close. It's unbelievable. No, you can't. You can't. But I'm telling you now, I mean, this red breast 12-year was 186 that it beat out, and this Bua, I believe, was $86. This one here, this stout, which you would love because you like them just like, but this stout pulls off. I wonder what happens when you mix the little bit of it's same whiskey, 36. It's not 6.7. Who's winning tonight? Who's winning tonight? Venezuela or USA? World Baseball Classic. The championships tonight. Skynes couldn't pitch tonight. That's why they won last night. Well, if they lose, who cares? Because baseball, everybody in they were like the Italian team had like 20 players and 19 of them were Italian on the Italian team were born in the U.S. They were Italian Americans. Baseball. Well, I'm from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and most ice skaters, that speed skaters, train at West Dallas, where right where I grew up. I went to West Dallas Hale at the Pettit Center, West Dallas Hale. Nathan Hale. Well, well, it just seems like certain areas, just like here in Canton, when I came here, coming from West Dallas and Nathan Hale, they really never had we never had pro football players. We had like Craig Counsell was a baseball player. I believe you can't count Colin Kaepernick because he only was there till fourth grade, so he didn't play scholastically. When it meant something here there in Wisconsin. But when it comes to speed skating, we've produced Eric Heiden. We've produced now the guy from that speed to the one that did it this time in the Olympics. And then there was also the guy, what was his name? Dan. Oh, what Jansen? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, they all, in this area. That's why that speed skating Olympic rink, which used to be outside, and then they made the Pettit Center, which turned into a world class Olympic training center. And when you got that there, that's where you're gonna produce the skaters because they're there, from birth. But we didn't produce any baseball or football players of any note. But I come to Ohio, and Dan Deerdoff is for here. Kenny Peterson, who played on the Packers, he made it. The one of the guys when we first got here that was going to Glen Oak, he was a wide receiver on the Miami Dolphins, and now he's the offensive coordinator, I believe. I want to. He played for the Dolphins, and I think he's a coordinator now for wide receivers coach on the Dolphins. I mean, there's so many different things. But then from basketball, we produced Costa Kufis, who played. But we also had C.J. McCollum and Eric McCollum, who was his brother. I mean, there was an exorbitant amount in a 70,000 community of pro players that were being produced in this area. It was weird. But I think, like you said, I think there's certain areas they have certain types of people are attracted to it. Yeah, I agree. So you guys hear that a meteor at like 9 o'clock last night broke the atmosphere here in the Cleveland? Rachel heard it. I don't know what I was doing, um, but it was, yeah, it was a loud sonic boom that shook houses and rattled stuff off of people up in Cleveland. The meteor, when it hit us, our atmosphere, weighed 7 tons. Yep, and but what was heard? Oh, it burned. Nothing really. A few pieces made it to the Cuyahoga National Park, but nothing. There was no damage. But there's some ring cameras that picked it up, and most people thought we were being bombed. It looked like the skies over Israel that we've all seen 50,000 times. Yeah, both of them. Yeah, I don't think so. I don't. Your daughter's frozen, but they're not. So I've got the Muscat Bua. So Bua takes the championship, and then they got the hi, and then they've got the stout, and they've got this Muscat. Okay. So if you when you were the last one when we Muscatel, this last one we did, Don, the last podcast for last Tuesday with CT. Um, if you Stacy Stearns, who is like the Ohio expert on Irish whiskey, she was talking about this. This has a white wine finish, and she really likes it. And so, I mean, it's like they got a nice lineup. I mean, and then here in Ohio, who it's got to be where they sell the most. But it's really kind of cool. They got the tortoise and the rabbit kind of thing going on in the negative space. You could see that, right? What? Yes. It's guy that used to sell Tullamore Dew here, and he got to where he was based out of in Columbus. He got to know the owner of an Irish pub, and they were like, we should do our own brand. And that one thing led to another. Let's see. What is going on? All right, let's see if it's this one. Yeah. Who drinks? They gotta. I mean, it's Irish whiskey. I'm sure that they make it there, so they leave some there. I'm not thinking that. I think when Martin's over in Ireland, he's selling the crap out of Bua, but he brings it back. 100%. We've been trying to get him on for over a year. You weren't. Mm-mm. Martin Kennedy, Martin Nash, Martin Duffy, Martin Kennedy. What the hell just happened? I'm just hanging out. He can't. He did not drop. He did not drop. I watched it on Facebook because I saw it happen live, but then I watched it on Facebook, and he did not he dropped on purpose. He just dropped. Yeah. Well, I'll put it this way, and I gotta go anyways because I gotta finish packing tonight and everything, and I can't be up late, and because tomorrow I gotta be I work all day, come home, do the finished packing, try to go to sleep at 8, 9 o'clock at night, which I won't be able to because I go to bed at midnight, 1 o'clock, but to get to sleep earlier will be almost impossible. but then sleep, wake up at 1:30, get out, have my whole. Oh, now I got a message, which is ridiculous. Hey, Meta, what was the message from Randy Ford? I can't. What?
Randy, if you're listening, jump the fuck back on. What the fuck?
What?
Seriously, dude. You want to get fantasy? Let's go. Like, I'm not hold on.
What?
Don't. No, I got you. But this is the reason. What the fuck? But at the same time, it's like, okay, I work in an environment where there are literally people who they come from one of two directions. Either they are from a military background where they don't take anything seriously, or they don't take anything personally, or they're not from a military background but they have a military job and they take everything to heart and they really have they're in their feelings sometimes. And so I need to strike a balance sometimes. But what some of my colleagues have taught me is if you frame this and you put it in perspective first, a lot of people can handle a lot more than they're used to if they understand that this is not a personal attack. But some people need to be told that thing, and some people. I like to know what happened, like just being snarky and just being silly. Like if you want to be personal, hey.
All right. All I'm gonna say is here's my take on it. He came in and we're all talking, pretty much the Irish whiskey thing was over. And if he wanted to really give a, oh, did we lose Zoe Walker? No. If we wanted to, he came in and it was kind of like, what do you like? He was the expert on Irish whiskey, but if you were the expert on Irish whiskey, Walker, you would basically have watched the podcast and then been a part. And John was like, John gave him back his snarkiness, all that he wasn't serious, and then he hung up. And then I don't know, I can't. My phone is recording on YouTube. Yeah.
And start off on that. Let me rephrase. I don't interpret those things through a lens of this is an attack. So I don't start from that premise. If I started from that premise because we were like a street gang or some random social club where it was about status, I would feel different. We're all friends, and I take it from that lens. And if I don't start that way, I'm like, that's what we hear. All right, so that's cool. Hey guys, have a good one.
All right, John. Yep, good. I gotta go too. Good night. Hey, Walker. I didn't see those group texts because I can't.
It was too fast, man. I think that was a bad flavor. But at the same time, it's like, okay, what do you do with what if I have a
Okay. Me too. I have no idea. I didn't. You how he I have. Did he message me?
So I think he messaged our group chat.
Okay, now the message came from Randy Ford and whatever. All right. So, anyways, I have no idea.
I think that's an I'm tired and we'll talk later kind of message.
I didn't say a word, so it had nothing to do with me. I was just like, he came in, and John was like, no, because we were kind of over the Irish whiskey aspect, right? All right. Anyways, yeah, I was just going to tell Randy about when I wanted to do the next one, but we'll just wait for a while. Yeah, but Is he? Are the last couple of them being nice to each other?
I think so.
All right. That's all I wanted to know. All right. Love you, brother, man. Thanks for being on. Um, look for the lives in New Orleans, man.
And happy St. Patrick's Day, and go book my tasting program when you get up there.
I will for sure. All right. Talk to you later. I'm going to end it on Facebook. All right. Good night. Stop. Now I'm going to stop recording.
Recording stopped. Yeah, okay. You can go. I end it on YouTube, and I got to go over there and do it. So, all right. Love you, brother. All right.
Sleep well, my friend, when you get there. Love you.
Good night.
Bye. Good night.
All right, everybody on Facebook, thanks for joining us. I will end it on YouTube now. You guys made it till the end. That's the first time. All right. I wonder if it's ended. No, it didn't get ended. All right. Good night, everybody on YouTube.